Are you one of the millions of Americans relying on Social Security or SSDI benefits to make ends meet? What if I told you that a potential $7,000 direct deposit could soon be coming your way? A game-changing payment that might help cover months of expenses during these challenging economic times. However, here's the catch. It all depends on what happens in the house right now. If you're struggling to keep up with rising costs on your fixed income, then you need to fully understand what's at stake. Subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell, because I am committed to bringing you the latest, most comprehensive updates on this critical development that could put thousands of extra dollars in your pocket. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into what could be the most significant financial relief for Social Security and SSDI beneficiaries in years. For those new here, this channel is dedicated to providing you with up-to-date information about Social Security, Medicare, stimulus programs, and every issue that affects your financial well-being as a benefit recipient. The proposal discussed today could mean a direct deposit of $7,000 for millions of Americans who rely on Social Security and SSDI benefits. And this is not just another rumor or mere wishful thinking. It is a real proposal currently being considered in the House of Representatives. The big question remains, will they approve it, and what will this mean for you and your family in the near future? Before diving into the details of this potential payment, let's discuss why it is even under consideration. We all know that inflation has hit Social Security and disability benefit beneficiaries particularly hard. While cost of living adjustments have provided some relief, they have simply not kept pace with a true rise in everyday expenses. Currently, the average Social Security recipient receives about $1,800 per month, roughly $21,600 per year, for many seniors and disabled Americans, often serving as their primary or sole source of income. Now consider how dramatically costs have increased over the past few years. Grocery prices have surged by nearly 25% in many categories. Utility bills are increasing in double digits, and healthcare expenses continue their relentless upward climb. Many of you have shared your personal struggles in the comments of previous videos, telling stories of having to choose between essential medication and food, or even skipping meals to make your budget stretch until the next benefit payment arrives. These are heart-wrenching and impossible choices that no one should have to face, especially after years of hard work and contribution to the system. So what exactly is this $7,000 payment proposal? Essentially, it is being structured as a one-time economic impact payment specifically targeted at Social Security and SSDI beneficiaries. The amount represents roughly 4 months of additional benefits for the average recipient, and proponents argue that this would provide meaningful relief during this period of economic uncertainty. The proposal includes several key components you should be aware of. First, the payment would be delivered as a direct deposit to the same account where you currently receive your monthly benefits, meaning there will be no complicated application process or long waiting periods. If you're already in the system, you automatically qualify. Second, the payment would be tax-free, so you'd receive the full $7,000 without needing to set aside any portion for taxes in the following year. Third, unlike some previous stimulus measures, this proposal is specifically targeted at Social Security and SSDI recipients, rather than being based on income thresholds that might inadvertently exclude those who need the help most. An important question many have raised is whether this payment would affect your eligibility for other benefits programs like SNAP, Medicaid, or housing assistance. Rest assured, the proposal includes provisions to ensure that this one-time payment would not count as income when determining eligibility for these other essential support programs. Now let's talk about where this proposal stands in the legislative process. The bill has already passed committee review, an important first step that indicates the initial framework has been carefully drafted and approved by a select group of representatives focusing on Social Security matters. The next crucial stage is a vote in the full House of Representatives, and this is where your awareness and voice become exceptionally important. If the House approves the measure, it will then move to the Senate for further consideration. If passed there, it will ultimately be sent to the President's desk for final approval. You might be wondering what the chances are that this measure will actually pass. Political analysts remain divided on this issue. On one hand, measures that support Social Security recipients often receive bipartisan backing, as both parties recognize the importance of caring for seniors and disabled Americans. On the other hand, concerns about government spending and the national debt have caused some legislators to hesitate when it comes to approving additional direct payments. The timing is particularly crucial now, with the midterm elections fast approaching. Representatives are highly attentive to issues affecting large segments of their constituencies. And with over 65 million Americans receiving Social Security benefits, this issue commands significant attention. Breaking down who would qualify for this potential $7,000 direct deposit. The proposal is designed to include all current Social Security retirement benefit recipients who were receiving payments as of the first quarter of this year. It covers Social Security Disability Insurance (SSDI) beneficiaries currently receiving monthly payments, and it includes Supplemental Security Income (SSI) recipients, both elderly and disabled individuals who qualify under this needs-based program. Additionally, Railroad Retirement Board beneficiaries who receive benefits similar to Social Security, and even veterans who receive VA disability or pension benefits are included under a related provision of the proposal. One common question is about those who have just started receiving benefits in recent months. According to the current language of the proposal, there would be a prorated amount available for new beneficiaries who began receiving payments after January of this year. Another frequent query concerns survivors. Would surviving spouses, children, and dependent parents receiving Social Security survivor benefits also qualify? The answer is yes, they would be eligible for this one-time payment as well. Beyond providing immediate relief for individuals, economists have analyzed the broader economic impact of this potential $7,000 payment. With approximately 70 million Americans potentially receiving this one-time deposit, the measure represents an injection of nearly $490 billion into the economy. Unlike some economic stimulus measures that encourage savings or debt reduction, studies have shown that Social Security recipients typically spend these relief payments quickly on essential needs, ensuring that the money flows directly back into local economies across the country and potentially supporting businesses and jobs during these challenging economic times. Some financial experts have even raised the question of whether this payment could help moderate inflation rather than worsen it, arguing that by providing targeted relief to those most affected by rising costs, it addresses specific economic hardships without broadly increasing the money supply in a way that might trigger further inflation. However, there are ongoing concerns about the impact on the national debt. The proposal includes provisions for funding this one-time payment through adjustments to certain corporate tax provisions. Yet debates about fiscal responsibility and long-term economic stability continue to be a central part of the discussion surrounding this potential relief measure. So, what actions can you take right now while this proposal is still under consideration in the House? First and foremost, stay informed by subscribing to this channel and enabling notifications so you don't miss any critical updates on this developing situation. Beyond staying informed, if you feel strongly about this proposal, consider contacting your representative. You can find their contact information on house.gov by entering your zip code. A phone call, email, or letter explaining how this potential payment could make a difference in your life might significantly influence how they approach the upcoming vote. Many advocacy groups for seniors and disabled Americans are also organizing around this issue. Organizations such as AARP, the National Committee to Preserve Social Security and Medicare, and various disability rights groups are monitoring this proposal closely and providing valuable resources for those who want to get involved in advocacy efforts. Another important step is to ensure that your direct deposit information is up to date with the Social Security Administration, as having current banking details on file will ensure that you receive your payment without any delays if it is approved. You can update your information through your My Social Security account online or by contacting the SSA directly. Let's also address some common questions and concerns about this potential payment. Is this just another rumor? No, this is a legitimate proposal introduced in Congress. although it has not yet been passed. It is important to distinguish between legislation that is currently being considered and claims about payments that have already been approved. Would this payment affect the long-term stability of Social Security? No, this one-time payment is planned to come from separate funding sources and would not impact the Social Security Trust Fund or future benefit calculations. When might you expect to receive the payment if it is approved? Based on previous stimulus efforts, payments would likely begin within 2 to 3 weeks of final approval, with most recipients receiving their direct deposits within 1 to 2 months. Do you need to apply or fill out any forms? For most beneficiaries, no additional application would be necessary if you already receive Social Security or SSDI benefits through direct deposit, as the payment would be processed automatically. And finally, could this payment be garnished for back taxes or other debts? The current language of the proposal includes protections against garnishment for most types of debt, similar to measures that were in place for previous stimulus payments. While this potential $7,000 payment would offer immediate relief, it is also important to consider the larger picture of Social Security reform. Many advocates view this proposal as just one element of what must become a more comprehensive approach to ensuring the long-term sustainability and adequacy of benefits. Current projections indicate that without legislative changes, the Social Security Trust Fund could face shortfalls in the coming decades, sparking ongoing discussions about potential reforms, such as adjustments to the payroll tax cap, changes to the benefit formula, and other measures aimed at strengthening the program for future generations. Some supporters of the $7,000 payment see it as an opportunity to highlight the broader need for Social Security expansion rather than cuts, arguing that this one-time relief measure underscores the vital importance of the program for millions of Americans and the urgent need to protect and strengthen it for the future. Others view the payment as a temporary, stopgap measure that does not address the underlying structural challenges facing Social Security, emphasizing instead the necessity for bipartisan cooperation on long-term solutions that will keep the program solvent and effective for decades to come. Regardless of where you stand on these broader issues, staying informed and engaged is absolutely crucial. The decisions made about Social Security today will not only affect current beneficiaries, but will also have a profound impact on future generations who will come to rely on this vital program. If you found this information helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and share it with anyone you know who receives Social Security or SSDI benefits, so they can be aware of this potential payment and the steps they can take right now. Subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update on this developing situation. I am dedicated to bringing you the most accurate and timely information about issues that affect your benefits and financial security, and I read every comment. So please drop a comment below sharing how a $7,000 payment would impact your life and whether you believe the House will ultimately approve this measure. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video with even more detailed updates on this important development. In these uncertain times, take care of yourselves and each other, and stay tuned as we continue to explore every angle of this critical proposal while also examining additional economic strategies that may help secure a stable financial future for all benefit recipients.